Hey, it is Sunday, September 19th, kind of early morning here at TG Central in Los Gatos. And I'm here with Mark Weston, who is on his way home to Texas in a couple hours.
Yep.
But we're kind of decompressing and reliving our 2021 International Guitar Camp. And personally, I had a blast. It was really fun. We, of course, had to miss last year, but Mark is here as like one of four people, maybe five, but we think at least four at least.
Four at least, yes.
Who have been to every one, all eight of them, but he's also the king of IGC because he's been to the two in Europe too. So you just finished your 10th camp with us.
That's right.
Yeah. Is that enough?
That's amazing. It's like the first one was yesterday. I mean, it's all gone by in a flash.
Yeah.
They're all great, and they all have their own particular aspects to them that make them different from each other.
Yeah. I felt like we were a little better organized this year.
Yep. We did a lot more in advance. There was a lot more.
Yeah, I think that was it. It's like, had kind of scheduled things in advance. You could sign up for lessons with any of the four of us.
And that was good.
Yeah, and
we had homework this time. So
yeah. I wanted people to listen to a bunch of songs so that wasn't too hard a homework. Jim had some stuff that was a little harder. It was like, that was you got to study tenths on a couple of different strings. If you do it here.
Yeah, that was something you had to actually work at rather than just listen to something.
Yeah, so I think it was probably just a good prelude into what he was going to talk about.
Right.
Instead of,
it was.
Yeah, and I just wanted people to listen to a few Bob Dylan songs. So that was a little less well, that could have been a little more painful for some people. But it was because one of the classes I did was on hearing chord changes and stuff like that. And I really felt like people got a lot out of that.
Yeah, I think it was. I think they were all great, and I think they'll be even better after we have a chance to review the videos 2 or 3 times, and kind of soak it all in.
Yeah, because I know in all of those, I started every morning. I did a 9 o'clock class for like about an hour and a half, and they got pretty intense, I think.
Yeah.
But I also figured, okay, we got video here. When it starts getting over your head, you'll be able to watch it for years and solve it all.
Yeah, and some of those places, I'll admit, I had a hard time keeping track of which chords we were thinking about and which ones we had already eliminated and like that. But I think after looking at the video again, I'll be able to get it down.
Yeah, and then when we started doing the second one, which was more on ear training, the first one was really just on blues. I wanted to kind of everybody to have a better understanding of 12-bar blues and listen to a few things that were either that or some variation on it or something,
Right.
But because I realized over the last 6 months I've had 2 or 3 students that said, I'm just not quite clear on this 12-bar blues thing, and thought, we should fix that, So so we listened to stuff like. By later, I can't remember when I did this. We got into even Loan Me a Dime. Great tune, the Boz Scaggs tune. We talked a little bit about Stormy Monday. And some of those, the teachers ended up doing a version of that at the closing concert.
Yeah, and that was great.
And that turned out to be really fun.
Yeah, that was. And it was great the way that. So you would do your class, and then the next time, or then in the next session, Jim would say, "Okay, he did it on guitar. I'm going to show you how to do it on voice.
Yeah,
we're going to sing the chords that Neil just showed you how to play."
I caught a little bit of Jim's first class just as I was editing some of the video a little while ago because I was away right when he started that, and he did kind of refer to it says, "Wow, I'm really glad Neil talked about this and this and this because I was sort of going to do that, but now I can go a little further." So it's like it got anyway. So I think the 3 mornings worked out pretty neat. With the 2 classes each morning and then lunch break, and then we only did the campfire class one day. I think people got in there and played along at 1 o'clock. That's our usual schedule for campfire, or for 1 o'clock. And then Dave had the songwriting class every day at 2 o'clock, and which is more not so much a class, more just a seminar. It's like he was just helping people write songs. It wasn't like the first year we did that. He had 35 people try to get together and write a song. So, but that was songwriting 101. Here's what you do: you come up with a chord progression.
Sure.
Things like that. But
and you take everybody's ideas, and everybody kind of says thumbs up and thumbs down.
Right. So each year that's gotten progressed a little bit, and this year we had some killer songwriters there. Yeah. Oh my God. Steve from Texas and Kathy from here, played songs. They've been writing songs for years, and Certainly didn't need the songwriting class, but yeah, but they were a great addition to it for other people who were working on that. And then we did, the first day we did the performance workshop. I thought that was pretty neat too.
Right.
Where people would get up and play like it was an open mic, but we'd take 15 minutes and the teachers would sort of critique them on what they could have done better as far as, playing.
And in some cases, then they would repeat it, taking the advice into account.
Yeah, and I remember hearing Dave say frequently after that, he says, and see, it's like night and day. You just thought about something a little different and did the verse again. You slowed it down or whatever it was.
Right.
You relaxed a little bit more. And I think doing the mini sets really helped people relax too, because there are a lot of people that, pretty much at the open mics, we can only do one song each, and just when you're hitting your stride.
Yeah, and it's also, even though it's the same people basically in the audience, it just feels more informal in the afternoon for the mini sets.
Yeah, you didn't have to put on your makeup and stuff.
Right, yeah. I didn't care about the hair and all that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I didn't shave.
Yeah, and hopefully the camera didn't pick it up.
Yeah, I hope not.
But, and there was...
those were good. Yep.
Yeah. And you played with your band. Played the bass.
Got back together with Sandy and Tom.
Uh-huh.
That was great after a 2-year hiatus.
Yeah. It was really great to be back at the... go ahead, you were going to say.
I was going to say it's hard to do that over Zoom.
Yeah. At least you had some videos of them playing songs that you could practice with.
I took some of those that they sent me. They did send me some videos of them performing and played the bass along with it.
Mm-hmm.
You can load them up and play them.
Yeah.
So that helped a little.
Yeah, because I ended up playing...
I didn't have a chance to do that a whole lot, though. So.
Right. But at least you had the assignment.
I had the
and then just didn't quite put...
It's like all homework,
Yeah. I can wait till the last minute.
It's not the list.
I can wait till I get there. But boy, it's hard to find time to play together there, especially because what we try to do, like by the last night, is have people play collaborations they've been working on with other people. And that's one thing Kathy told me. She says, a little more down or free time would still be good. And each year we try to add a little bit more in, but I'm always torn between, we got to keep you busy, But.
Yeah, and some people have multiple collaborations, so they've got even more of a time problem.
Yeah, I did one with Paulette that she pretty much practiced with a recording or a video of mine, and then she sent it back, and I practice now with the video with her adding her voice, because I haven't sung harmony like ever in my life, so I had to learn my part and not get screwed up with her.
So
part.
There was a first.
There was, yeah. God, I hope that video doesn't know. Actually, I think
you're
it came
in control,
out
aren't you?
Yeah. But I think that actually came out okay. I had fun.
It sounded good. I mean, from the audience, it was.
What I was relying on is that we played Whitebird, is what we're talking about, and we relied on the fact that people would be singing along and not actually listening to us. I'm not sure if that really became the case or not. But
I'm trying to think of the lyrics. The lyrics don't stick in my head.
Right,
the melody does, and all.
Yeah. And they really didn't in mine either. It's like, I had to go over them because I never really knew them. I know there's a section that goes, the sunsets come, the sunsets go, the blah 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 da 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 will always something.
Yeah.
She must,
She must fly.
Yeah. I
remember that part.
Yeah. So I had a lot of blah blah blahs in mind, but in my head at least, but it came back.
It came out well though. I like that.
Yeah. That was fun.
So everybody's waiting on the lesson now.
So I kind of decided that I've worked on the whole thing, but even just writing down this kind of thing. Of course, I had a lot of people take a private lesson from me that wanted to work on this kind of percussive playing, and Kathy did, Lynn did, a few others, and Paulette has gotten really good at it because we've been working on it with her on her Zoom lessons. But it's kind of like, I think I've got that part written down in there, but even the intro. Pretty tricky, but I think what I'll do is do a lesson first on like what Paulette did, how to kind of like just strum it and sing it and don't worry about the solos.
Sure.
Because that did, she got that pretty well. Yeah. So I was really glad to be back at the place, after our first 2 years were at the Quaker Center in Ben Lomond, which is about 45 minutes away. Next two were at the Presentation Center, which is 15 minutes from here, and that was just really convenient for my family and everybody else. And then they closed, and we had to move to Asilomar, which is an hour and a half away. When I got back, after I got back from camp 2 years ago, I'd always been watching, hoping somebody would buy it, right, and turn it and like reopen it again. And like the first week I got back, I saw they were offering to do like summer camps up there or something. And I thought, oh man, I got to get a hold of these people and see if they're going to open for conferences or retreats again. And so I finally did get a hold of somebody and went up there and met her. And she said, how'd you even know we were open? And she says, and I said, I've been stalking you guys for years, waiting, hoping that somebody would buy it from the nuns and reopen it. So so we were pretty much the first people there since the pandemic, you know. So it was great to have the place to ourselves and all that kind of thing. You know. Pre-camp week was fun. The barbecue. I mean, you got to thank Wiley for flying in, 20 pounds of brisket, or
smuggling it through TSA.
Yeah, I came through with frozen cooked brisket that he. And actually, if you need a box to take home or ship something, we got this really nice box from Southwest that they took it out of the first time he did it. He brought it just in like a bag, like garbage bags or something. And they said, oh, you can't do that. So they gave him a really nice box with, you're welcome to take it, or we could ship it. We could get it.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
We'll sort that out in the next, before you leave. Yeah. So
that'll be interesting for everyone.
Yeah.
My dirty clothes are going home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to take them on the plane. It's too dangerous. So, I don't know. Any other things that jumped out at you?
No, I think that pretty much covers it. I especially like the theory stuff because that's just me, the engineering background. And everything. So I enjoyed those classes a lot. And again, it was just good to get back with everybody and hear everybody. What they've been doing.
And hear how much people have advanced.
Yeah.
Boy, that open mic Tuesday night just killed me, which was like the first time we'd heard a lot of these people play songs again.
Right. And it sounded like most people have been practicing for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I'm going, well, I haven't really been practicing for 2 years. So next year I need to practice for 2 years.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do during the next year. I'm going to practice
and have some tunes ready for next year, huh? Yeah. Well, we hope to do it the same week. That'd be like September 12th of 2022.
And so that was another thing. The weather was pretty nice this time, too. It was a little warm the first
day was really hot. But boy, by the end of the week, people were looking for sweaters.
Yeah.
Which, not me, but...
And our Sillamore was rather cold at night. I remember that. And I packed for that.
Yeah.
And was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. We got a few new people to sign the famous banner that traveled around the world. Oh, there's Mark Weston right there, Fort Worth, Texas.
That was from 2013.
Sandy Jones. Yeah, so that was Paulette Fisk.
So now this went around a little bit before the first camp.
A lot, it was all around the world. Right. Yeah, I mean, we got Willem here in Holland.
Yeah.
And then we got Al Stewart, who was at the first camp. Yeah. And a lot of... and then we got Tovo upside down here in Adelaide.
Oh, okay.
One of our early members.
Fits,
yeah, remember him? Yeah. We miss you, Tovo, if you're ever watching. So, anyway, so we had 7 new people sign this year out of just a small group of like 25.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So the rookies had a blast, I think. Well, we got all kinds of letters and things from them. So.
Oh, good.
Anyway, but yeah, it was. I really felt like this. I hate to say this, but because every year I get the same reaction. That's the best one ever. It's like
I've quit saying that. Yeah, I think each one has special parts to it, and it's always the latest one that's in your mind. And
sure, and especially this one being a year delayed.
Yeah,
being 2 years from the last one.
So that made it special there.
Yeah, and just watching everybody's growth and stuff, and the beginners. Portola Rob getting up there, he's been playing for just a couple months, and he sent me, he called me months ago and said, "Is this okay for beginners?" And you couldn't take the smile off his face, as he's walking around going, "I'm just being a sponge, and I'm loving this, I'm loving." And then he got up and played No Expectations and sang it. It's like, wow, he's getting it, and had no problem being up on the stage singing. And John played along with him, little slide guitar. It sounded better than the Stones.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a lot younger now too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, better let you get ready for your flight.
That's right.
And it's almost time for football. Besides, oh, there it is.
I'm not going to make football today. So
okay.
It's not going to be in the year.
Yeah. So, I had fun playing. What was it? Oh, Eye in the Sky. A lot of this stuff is gonna show up on a you know, like a lot of the videos of like the teachers playing pretty much everything except the workshops and maybe the open mics. I'm going to kind of like just make available to the public if anybody wants to see it, because I think they'll enjoy seeing the teachers play. And
Sure.
and some of the open mic things were so stunning that I think if anybody says, hey, you can put mine up, like Lisa playing.
Right. I love karaoke.
That version of So Far Away was just great. So, okay, well, we could reminisce about this all the time, but I just wanted to have something up for people to take a look at and say hello and goodbye, and think about joining us next year. We might try to put together a system, a little better system of signing up, but definitely going to have to keep it to 35 people. I think 20, and I got to get 1 or 2 more teachers back. We did this year with 4 of us. Doug turned out to be able to stay more than we thought, so that was really good. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a hard cap of 35 next year, in spite of people
That'd
saying,
be a good sign.
I want 100 people to come. No, we
No,
can't do it that
you
way.
don't want 100 people.
Yeah, 30 would be perfect, but
Open mic till 2.
yeah, we'd have to kind of split things up. So, all right, well, again, congratulations on being our king camper, and I know I can trust on seeing you again next year.
Yep.
All right.
I'm able to make it, I will.
Okay, that's it. We're out of here.